What's up, Danger? The new trailer for Spider-Man Far From Home, also known as Spidey's European Vacation, dropped today, and I thought I'd let you know how I felt. Now, I'm not doing one of those kind of like live reactions where you watch me watch it for the first time, because I am pretty awful at those things. I generally do this. It's pretty good. When you do those things, you have to react like, woo, wow, woo, ah, those are fun, but that's not what I do. So I'm just going to tell you what I thought of it. And I've watched it a couple of times today, so I kind of went through my head on the things. So here's what I thought. First off, I'm pretty excited. The film obviously is taking place after Captain Marvel and Avengers Endgame, so essentially what I'm seeing is Captain Marvel is kind of going to be the debut of Captain Marvel. The setting of the stage of the Skrulls will probably appear in other films, and maybe a little bit of setup for Endgame, and then Endgame will be whatever it is, and the ramifications will first be felt in Far From Home. Okay, there, done. I guess I can go. Now, of course, there's no appearance by Tony Stark in this one. We just see in his place Happy Hogan. So the film is not really kind of letting us in on like what happens to Tony, probably Captain America or Thor. And the film kind of deals with Peter kind of like trying to get away and just do some Peter stuff, with his class in Europe. It looks like Italy. That's kind of cool. There's a couple of like Easter eggs I've seen, and that I've seen also people on Twitter like pick apart. Like there's a dress that looks like it's a shout out to Amazing Spider-Man 212, I think it is, which is Hydra Man's first appearance, and Hydra Man appears. There's a Demetrius shout out on one building, which is really cool. And I love the fact that we get to see kind of Spider-Man. He's kind of the hero in his friendly neighborhood. Even being like he's at some kind of charity thing with Aunt May, so I guess May is kind of now adjusted to this whole thing, which I like. I really do like the idea of her being in his corner. It worked really well in the Spider-Verse. It's worked well in the Szynski Spider-Man issues, and I look forward to seeing it here, especially since they have pretty decent chemistry. They're closer in age. Well, I mean, I guess, but you know what I mean. So yeah, and also it does hint at kind of maybe a potential relationship between her and Happy, which is kind of funny. She did have a relationship with Jarvis in the comics, so anything can happen. Let's see. So we get a little bit of like Spider-Man and Mary Jane kind of stuff going on. We got essentially, I think, the villain's introduction, which we get to see Mysterio and Jake Gyllenhaal playing Mysterio. I'm really excited about that. I love Mysterio. And you see the globe appear over his head. It looks like they're going to be doing an energy thing with it instead of like a glass dome or something like that, a glass fishbowl. I'm getting the feeling from watching this trailer. This is the first film after Endgame. I think whatever's going to happen, there will be heroes missing from the rest of the franchise, at least for the time being. And I feel like Mysterio's plot in this is to pull a Syndrome. I think he's going to use his special effects powers and abilities to make it look like, hey, I'm the new superhero in town. And of course, he's Mysterio. He's a creep and a jerk and a thief and a bad guy. Of course, that means Spider-Man is going to have to jump in and prove that he's not. And I assume that's probably going to be a big challenge between the two in the public eye. At least that's what I'm thinking. If that is, well, that's a great idea. I like it. I like this kind of thing with Mysterio. He's always about tricking people to his advantage and using this kind of like air of superheroes and villains. Yeah, that does seem like something he'd do. That he is kind of that kind of guy. I'm very cool with that. Let's see. It looks like it's going to continue with the relationships in his class. I think that's really cool. I like the stuff with Flash, as well as like his buddy Ned. Yeah, this is great. Of course, we have Nick Fury. Nick Fury is like now appearing all over the place. I think he's going to be in all three films, which is pretty exciting to think about. He's been on break for a while, and it's nice to see him back in the films. And actually, if the Avengers are broken up because of Endgame, or at least in disarray, it does seem plausible that he would kind of want to jump back into kind of the main focus of kind of steering the ship. At least that's what I think he would do. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. I don't really have any things that are alarming. I just enjoy Tom Holland as Spider-Man. This whole cast is really good. I'm looking forward to seeing this one a lot. Last year was a great year for Spider-Man on film and comics. So I'm hoping 2019 will be pretty decent also. So what did you think? You can leave me a comment below. You can tell me what you thought of it. I have a bunch of stuff on social media. I'm on Twitter, Facebook. You can support this channel on Patreon. Speaking of this channel, you can subscribe and like all you want. Also hit the notification bell. By the way, speaking of comic books in 2018, I don't know why I sounded like a rich, snobby guy for a second. By the way, in case you're wondering, 2018 was a pretty cool year in comic books. Well, they're mostly cool years. I did a countdown of my top 10 favorite comic books with Sid Part 2. Let's see. Hit my channel up and you can see it pretty easily. It's pretty good. If you feel like spending 2 hours and 40 minutes listening to us ramble on about comic books, this is your video. Alright, well, see you next time, so push the button, Lindsay.